Welcome back, Boostly family. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. We are coming into Q2 of 2025, and a couple of months ago, I put out a podcast to let you know of the content creators that I'm going to be paying attention to in 2025. Well, I'm back with another edition because there are lots of content creators that are on my radar at the moment and ones that I want to share with you to follow along. These content creators aren't the big ones that you are all more aware of, like the Sean Rakijishis or the Rob Abasolos or Danny Roostein or the Robinsons or X or Y or Z. These are ones that are probably up and coming. Some you will have heard of, some you haven't. Some are on platforms that you probably aren't using, but again, I recommend that you do go and do so. And again, if you want to find out who they are, make sure you check the description because I'll make sure I include all the links onto the platforms that I think they're the best at in there. And do reach out and say, hey, I discovered you on The Boostly, because it is always cool to see who goes and follows who from this. So first and foremost, the first one on our list is Taylor Jones. Now, I have been aware of Taylor for a long while. He is part of the Boostly world in some way, shape or form, but he posts some of the most engaging content on LinkedIn that I have seen. So make sure you go and check him out. One post that he did recently, which he was just stating facts and stats, was talking about how Airbnb released numbers that the majority of hosts, so the host profile, the profile picture that you see on Airbnb is of a female. And this, he talked about the psychological aspect of that, where people like to communicate more with females than they do with males. It was very polarizing. Obviously, the comments were spicy, but this is the sort of awareness that he gets. And he doesn't talk about spicy or disruptive stuff or political stuff all the time. He's got some really, truly quality content in there. And on my LinkedIn feed, I would say that his is one of the first that I go and check out whenever if I'm having a little update or a little scroll on LinkedIn on a daily basis. So Taylor Jones, definitely go check out. The next up is somebody that if you look on their Instagram or on their TikTok, you'd be like, why haven't they got more followers? Go over to their YouTube channel. And again, they've got a lot of followers and subscribers on there. And it's a couple who have been documenting their journey in Joshua Tree since day one. Like the pros of it, the cons of it, the struggles of it, and how their storytelling is phenomenal. I think that Kristen and Michael, and again, I'll make sure I link it up properly. They're somebody that, again, when they put a new video out as they document their journey, it's like a vlog style, but obviously they're vlogging about their journey in and around short-term rentals, Airbnb. Again, I think it's been going for a couple of years now, and I had the pleasure of chatting to them on a Zoom call and just sort of had a very little brief chat about direct bookings. And again, I think at the time it was just way over their head, but recently they've been putting more content out about direct bookings. They use Lodgify, which is obviously a Boostly partner, and I couldn't be more happy with them. They don't even have a Boostly website. They've probably got no interest in working with Boostly, but I am definitely giving them the love behind the scenes as I see their content talk more about marketing, because they are very good at creating content. They are very good at documenting. And I said this to quite a lot of people, that just by posting on social media your journey, when you document over create, you'd be amazed at how many people will follow along. And what will even amaze you even more is that even if you are followed by just other hosts, how they could also turn into potential guests. Next up, we've got somebody who is in the UK. So we're bringing it to the UK. And again, this chap, as far as I'm aware, is only on LinkedIn. Is the only place that I should see his posts. He's a Northerner. They used to have a website with Boostly. We put it together for them, and now they've gone off onto their own. They've improved it and all that good stuff. It's Matthew Robson. So Matthew Robson, again, doesn't shirk his words, so to speak. He says it as it is, and his content again goes down really well on LinkedIn. Again, just documenting the process, talks about how they do things, lays it all out, and on the back of it, he's shown this, how many leads that he gets on LinkedIn when he posts. Again, he is probably, when I open up LinkedIn, whether it's in the morning or whenever, and I'm having just a little look, his posts are always right there at the top because he's the ones that I read in full. And again, he's in an area of the UK, which is the Northeast Middlesbrough, somewhere that's close to home because we used to live up that way. And again, on LinkedIn, Matthew Robson, I'll make sure I link him up. Go and check him out and go drop a follow. Next up, I was debating whether to put this chap's name in because I feel like a lot of people may know who he is, but I know that a lot of people still won't know who he is. And this is Ben Wolf. And we did a episode of the STR collab, I think in the back end of 2024, and Maddie brought in Ben. And just super down-to-earth guy, really, really nice. But the way that he talks about social media, the way that he talks about Instagram and how his views and his theories on how one of these OTAs is going to become one of these social media apps is going to become the next OTA is fascinating to me. He's got the numbers, he's got the stats to back it up. He's a prime example of utilizing social media to get bookings, and again, his brand has grown massively because of it. He now travels around speaking at events, talking about this, and again, somebody that I always go to sort of read his LinkedIn posts to try and figure out what he's thinking and the way that he views things. Smart chap, very, very talented. Very, very clever. And, this is what I love about reading his posts on LinkedIn. And what I'm realizing here is that Taylor, Matthew, Ben, I'm checking them out on LinkedIn, which again is fascinating to see, like where my social media learning is pivoting to in 2025, which again, I've just realized that by reading this out. Next up is Garrett Brown, bringing it back to Instagram. So Garrett is the new, I would say, short-term rental go-to on Bigger Pockets. He has got a podcast channel up called Bigger Stays, I believe. And his content and what he's putting out with obviously Bigger Pockets is really fascinating to me. I love the angle that they're going down that route of where you could argue that Bigger Pockets used to be all in on short-term rentals. Obviously, that's where Rob Abasolo and David Green used to host it. And they've gone on their separate ways, etc. But Garrett has come in and he's doing a really, really good job creating content that I find is fascinating. And the latest one that I saw where he went and interviewed a host at the property, talking to them, I feel like is a great way to go. Sort of taking a leaf out of what others are definitely doing, like Zach Buki Cruz, etc. And I feel like it is one to watch. The Bigger Stays channel, which is part of Bigger Pockets, which is obviously huge, but the Bigger Stays is a very small YouTube channel that I recommend that everybody do go and check out and put it as part of their subs. But on Instagram, again, posts really good content. It's got some fantastic stories. And I feel like guest horror stories, that content just always works on Instagram. Because everybody's got a story to tell. There's a story behind every booking. It's why hospitable hosts became so popular. Next up is somebody that I am now working closely with is Emily Lefko. Emily is going to be speaking very soon at the Boost Your Bookings Bootcamp as our social media expert. And I've seen the work that she's been doing with Level Up Your Listing, Hospitality FM. She works behind the scenes, her team on the socials for that. And I've brought her in to be helping Boostly as well, because I feel like it's fascinating to see. And I'm excited to see and document how Emily and her company help Boostly and our social medias behind the scenes. Obviously, I'll still be posting and doing all those things, but it's really interesting to work with Emily and her team. And I look at what she's doing and how she creates content, but now most importantly, because it's easy to create content for yourself, but how do you then do that for others? Not just hospitality people, but vendors as well. And I feel like Emily's going to be one that's just going to blow up and you're going to see more and more. It's got this lovely Tennessee accent. And again, a really, really good follow. Please make sure you go check out her channel. So as you will know, this year, the last sort of 8 months, I've spent a lot of time in Dubai and speaking a lot about Dubai because I think it's a fascinating place. And everybody who is in Dubai will know about this chap. And this chap is called Bergafor Palsson. otherwise known as Sublease in Dubai. His channel has blown up over the last year because he's been very transparent and he's documented his journey from 0 units to 100 units while doing subleasing. Now, those of you in Dubai, you will obviously, subleasing is very Marmite. It's you either hate it or you love it, or you use it or you don't lose it. There's a lot of opinions on it, but Bergfor has documented his journey. He's absolutely blown up. And again, I've had the pleasure of meeting him very briefly. I think we're going to hopefully do some work together in the future. But he is so transparent. He puts his numbers out there, whether he's had a good month or a bad month. And now his model, other people are replicating. So many people in Dubai follow the model. I now see people in the States follow his model as well as how he does this. And again, very transparent. But because of that, because of him blowing up, he literally now doesn't have to scrap for deals. People are literally giving him the deals. And he's obviously started up a management company brand on the back of it, and his YouTube channel just goes from strength to strength. So again, go check out Bergfor, Sublease in Dubai. And the final one, bringing it back to America. And again, somebody may use his tool, B&B Calc. Some people may use him. People may follow him already. People may be part of his mastermind. I know we've got Ryan, who is a part of his mastermind, who is a Team Boostly member, but it's just somebody that he's just started up a YouTube channel. I'm sort of using us as our barometer as we grow in 2025, and he's one I'm trying to keep up with is Jeremy Verdon. Really nice guy, very funny. I've had the pleasure of meeting him a number of times over in Nashville at STI Wealth, and hopefully going to do more and more over the future with Jeremy. But again, he's got a fantastic new YouTube channel. He's creating great content, and he's definitely one that I think everybody should be following in 2025. I will make sure that we record and we document and we place down all the links for all of our content creators. Please do go and check them out. And if you are not on this list and you're going, Mark, I want to be on this list, then let me know. Stand up, start doing really cool stuff, and who knows, I may shout you at some point this year. Thank you very much for tuning into the Boostly podcast. We are closing in fast on 800 episodes. Who knows what happens when we get to 800. I definitely want to start writing this book that I've been planning for a while. The finale in the Book Direct series, where I document all the people that we've interviewed, all the hosts that we've interviewed, and take down their stories and put it into like a book that's like the Tools of Titan, like Tim Ferriss. And I feel like when I get to episode 800, that would be the perfect time to maybe pause this, get down the stories and turn it into a book. Because 800, it just seems like a lot. One that I don't think anybody else who's going to get close to in this industry. Because it is unbelievably hard to get to 800 episodes. It's even hard to get to 100 episodes, never mind 800. But with that being said, thank you very much. Please, if you've enjoyed this, share it around, post it in groups, grab it, share it, tell everybody about it. We're so close to getting to that number mark, and I'd love to do a really cool 800 episode to celebrate. So with that being said, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much to Liam, who is a fantastic co-host, and I'll see you all very soon.
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Boostly podcast. Boostly like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely.